is The Art of Wrestling with professional wrestler Colt Cabana. It's Colt Cabana.
All right, how you guys doing? Come on in, sit down. You're about to listen to The Art of Wrestling, a professional wrestling podcast. Hey, it's a life podcast. It's a personal journal. It's an entryway into the minds, the souls, the hearts, and the lives of the people involved in the world of professional wrestling. I am your host. My name is Colt Cabana. That sounded a little cheesy, didn't it? Professional wrestling. But I still am your host, and it is Colt Cabana. I'm a podcaster, personality, a performer. Most importantly, though, I am a professional wrestler. We are sitting here live in the studio apartment in Chicago, Illinois. Before we go any further, this is a fan-supported and listener-supported podcast supported by people just like you. We give it to you free of charge every single Thursday on ColtCabana.com, iTunes, and however you get your podcasts from. A couple great ways to support: rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Tell a friend via Twitter, via Facebook, via Vine. I've got a Vine. Do you have a Vine? Do you follow me on Vine? You should. I have some decent Vines on there. Or if you do have a couple of dollars, you can give back monetarily. ColtMerch.com and DigitalColt.com. T-shirts, buttons, pictures, posters, DVDs, digital downloads, premium podcasts. And guess what, guys? Up soon, I promise you, Wrestling Road Diaries 2. Up soon. Just be patient with me. Very, very soon. That's all available at ColtMerch.com and DigitalColt.com. Hashtag how do you KFC? Isn't that the lamest when people say hashtag in real life? Sometimes it's the lamest when people just use hashtags in general. But I think when people say hashtag in real life, it's like wearing affliction shirts back in the day when people wore affliction shirts. And I was like, are you really wearing affliction shirts? And now they're like, oh, yeah, I wore affliction shirts. Same, I think, as if I was to say hashtag how do you KFC. But KFC wants us to use that hashtag. So when they're like, yeah, it's fine, Colt, you can be in an arm wrestling commercial and you can choose whoever you want. And I'm like, I want 1859. They're like, okay. And they're like, okay. And you're like, really? You're okay with that? Then you say, okay, I'll say hashtag how do you KFC. I'm going to talk about that, I think, more next week. Watch the commercial. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, go to YouTube right now, pause this podcast, type in KFC arm wrestler, and it will be the greatest surprise that you have seen in probably years. I don't know your life. Maybe months, maybe weeks, maybe a decade or so. Maybe not at all. Maybe you're just like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff I see every day. Either way, YouTube, KFC, arm wrestler, amazing. Just that's what I want to do with my life. I want to do a KFC commercial every single day of my life. But this podcast is going to be kind of UK based for my UK fans out there. Why you say that? Rich Swan is on the podcast today. Why? What does he have to do anything with England? Well, this week he's going to be in Revolution Pro with me at York Hall in Bethnal Green, a.k.a. I just say London because it's easier for the people that don't know, but it is Bethnal Green. It was the first place I ever wrestled in England. They flew over myself and CM Punk, and we wrestled there. It was a shithole, and now it's totally diversified. You know you've been in wrestling a long time when you went to a place, and then you go back, and it's gentrified. And it's now like, gentrified, by the way, was the term I was supposed to use instead of diversified. But diversified's not bad. It's a gentrified area, and it's really nice, and it's kind of hipstery. Back in the day when we first got there, they were like, don't go outside. And now they're like, oh, you want to go to the coffee shop on the corner? Oh, there's some dudes wearing beanies. That's a thing. So Rich Swan will be there with me in England this week. If you're listening, Sting's going to be there. By the way, I don't care, Andy Quilden, the promoter. Ric Flair was supposed to be there. I told you not to book Ric Flair. I don't want to make my podcast a game of I told you so, but that is the most unreliable fuck of all time. How many people can he fuck over? Ring of Honor, High Spots, WWE a million times, and they welcome him back. I get it. He's valuable. He's a valuable name, but man, I would not rely on that man for anything. For anything. If you're like, hey, Ric Flair, you want to shoot a KFC commercial? He'll be like, I'll be there. You'll give him $20 million, and then he won't show up. Who am I to talk? Sting replaces him. Great replacement. Sting, Ricochet, Sanjay, Jay Lethal. It's going to be a great show, and I'm excited. Maybe I'm a little more popular over there. Why? Because earlier this week, I watched a preview copy of the BBC documentary Insane Fight Club. And I know some people in America, maybe we don't realize or recognize that's the same as saying NBC or ABC or CBS's documentary of local professional wrestling. And luckily enough, I got to be a part of it. And I watched it and I loved it. And for any of those who don't know what I'm talking about, Vice put out a documentary a couple of years ago, if not a year ago. Sanjay Dutt said, you got to watch this. You got to watch this guy, Grado. And I watched it. Watch it that on Vice, YouTube, Vice, The British Wrestler, I believe it's called, with a big mug of Grado on the front. And then from there, it picked up steam and BBC picked it up and made a documentary about it. And it was great. I mean, you guys know me. I love documentaries. Grado is priceless in this thing. ICW comes off amazing. And for everybody trying to copy WWE out there as a promoter, Mark Dallas says it right away. He says, we are the alternative. We are for a much different crowd. And then there's some great quotes. He's like, it's drama. It's action. It's a stunt show. So many good quotes. And so many great tweets from you guys and reaching out and saying, Colt, you're on TV. And another proud moment for me is Marty and I do this web series every single Monday night, right? And the web series was on there. And I always love the fact where almost like I can help out. Like, I know it's nothing, but I feel that I helped get Marty DeRosa on BBC. So that was fun to see. Like, it's fun to see myself and Marty, and they showed the worst promo ever on the BBC. Pretty fun. Hopefully this is huge things for the whole ICW crew. And you're saying, Colt, you got to go up there, right? You got to be a part of ICW. And sometimes I say, life's hard. I can't just jump and run and be a part of it. But then I could say, oh, wait, I had such a great time at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival last year. I should probably do that again. And I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell you officially, I am doing another run with Brendan Burns at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival 2014. I am living in Scotland for the month. That means you will see a lot of me. That means you will see me do my shows, see me do my comedy. And I am excited. I'm excited to be a part of that. I'm excited to be a part of that world. That probably means more Grado videos, more Grado interaction. Who knows what's going to come up. But I had such a great time last year. You guys probably all heard in the podcast. And I'm an independent wrestler. I'm an independent contractor. I could do whatever I want. It's not like I'm going to make a lot of money up there, if any. But I said I had a great time. How can I pass this experience up to do it again? So I'm going to do it. Why not? Had a great time. I'll see you guys 2014, Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm coming. But first, we're going to listen to Rich Swan, a great podcast, by the way. A great episode. Gets funny, gets deep, gets real, everything. Everything in a good podcast. You'll enjoy it. Coming up in just a second. Let's do a song of the week, though. First, suggested by AJ David, it's Billy Woods and Blockhead with Pro Wrestling. You enjoy this, and then come back and enjoy Rich Swan.
First of all, we could jump right to the podcast within 2 seconds. His phone is going off.
I couldn't help it.
And then look at that phone you have.
Well,
doesn't speak much for you.
You know, it's like an Obama phone almost, but it's not.
Wait, Obama? I don't even know what the term means, but I know Obama, the president of the United States, probably has the world's greatest phone.
Yes.
So
it's almost like one of those Obama phones, but it's not.
When you were saying Obama phone, what was going in your head?
I don't know.
Was that like a rip on like? Was that a racial thing?
Well, no, it wasn't a racial thing. It's just the thing of.
You mean like Obama like care package or something?
Yeah. You never seen that on like TV? Like they give people like 600, 700 minutes free every month.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that.
Yeah, but that's what they do.
Really?
But I'm not on it. But
it's
basically like that. But I don't have. It's not free. Like it's $30 a month for texting, unlimited talk, everything, internet, all that. And
that doesn't look like an internet phone. For those of you who don't know, I mean, this is the flippiest of the flip phones.
I get on Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo. I will get. Yeah, you're gonna be shocked.
I mean, it looks straight out of 2004.
No,
is that even a rip anymore?
98.
That's okay. I was gonna say. Well, I don't want you to turn it back on by any means.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
I got to show you that I could get on Facebook now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
this is exciting for the podcast. I'll be honest.
If people could see this, they'd be shocked.
Would they?
I think so.
Would they get it?
I think they would
be like,
get
"Oh,
it.
Rich Swan, this kind of phone,
they would get it.
Wearing this.
What's a Baja?
A Baja.
A Baja.
You and 3 other dudes came in like the Baja men.
We're the Baja Blast. A unavailable connection.
Yeah.
But it's coming up.
A non-charger too. I see that happening.
Hold on, wait. Here it goes. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Let's open this back up. Come on, let's do this.
This is exciting. Okay, I think we're putting an end to this phone talk.
Damn it.
Yeah, and make sure, let's at least put it on vibrate so it doesn't start rocking again.
It's about to.
Okay. Rich, nice to have you on.
It's very nice to be on.
You, me, and Sammy Callahan sat in the dark, and I think the most fun out of that is the instrumental solo that you gave us.
I busted out a couple times.
That was exciting.
I mean, if you would like a little bust out,
what can you?
Now.
Well, don't hurt me.
I don't know.
So, what did you? We did the Man Called Sting. You sang.
Yeah, we did. The Man Called Sting.
And I wouldn't say we're the best of friends. Unfortunately, we can become after this.
Can.
We're gonna go out and party.
We're gonna party it up.
But I do appreciate a man who likes to have a good time.
Thank you.
I appreciate also a good wrestler.
Same here.
And,
I'm okay.
And did you say same here as in yourself? You're like,
no,
yeah.
I'm saying same here as. I hope we can go out and have a good time.
Oh, okay.
And thank you for calling me a good wrestler.
A very good wrestler, extremely talented wrestler.
Okay.
And hopefully that's the point. Maybe they see your winning, charming personality. And for the ones who have never seen you, they go out and they watch a Dragon Gate clip or some sort, and they see you at it.
Definitely.
But most importantly, and I don't know if you do this anymore, do you come out with the microphone every time still partying?
No, I don't anymore.
That was just a thing?
It was just a little thing.
That was like when Alberto Del Rio came out with the car. He doesn't come out with it anymore.
Yeah, it was just a little thing. Like, I did it for about 2 years in Japan, and like it was really hot. It was fun.
So when Gabe was doing that, when you were doing that in Dragon Gate USA and Evolve, that stemmed from Japan?
From Japan.
Okay.
So, but like the difference in Japan to America... In Japan, they just get so into it. It's like something they've never seen before.
So explain what we're doing.
So I just come out and I say, whatever team I'm in, Ronin, World 1, whatever. I say, World 1, baby. Hit a little beatbox, a little bit like... And the people
in Japan,
and they just clap with it and get nuts. And
do they have beatboxing culture in Japan?
I don't know. I think so because they're really big on hip hop. Like they're big on the hip hop culture.
Kento loves hip hop.
Oh man,
I tried to when I first met him in Ring of Honor back when he came over.
Yeah,
like I saw he was into hip hop, and so I tried to bond with him by like giving him some showing him some underground music, but it didn't work. Nice. I don't know.
I mean, he's they're just all about the mainstream,
right?
Like
to them that's obscure. Right?
Yeah.
Like we're very. I don't want to get all weird racial Japanese, but I'll speak. I meant to make it a weird Japanese, but I'll speak it as my we're all into hey. Never mind. I give up on that beat. Right?
Hey, do you like maybe
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, tabun, Little Wayne. Hi, Little Wayne. Majira sugoi ne.
Which means what?
It means really good, really good. I like.
Yeah. And so when you start beatboxing, then you come down, you're beatboxing, and then you're singing the whole song, right? All night long? What are you
just
doing?
Beatboxing, just singing, be like all night long, all night. And
you put a beatbox.
All night, yeah.
All right.
And like I'll come out doing my little crip walk dance down the little Jap ramp, and it's just
Can you say that? Jap ramp? Can you say that?
The Jap ramp, like while beatboxing.
Because it rhymes. I think that's a bad word to say. Is it?
Is it? Is it? The Japanese style.
Rampatorium. We're just shortening words here.
Okay. There's no racism here.
No. So, so why did you do that?
Well, what had happened was I came to a DG USA tryout, and I just was beatboxing. Like, I was just beatboxing, just playing around, just chilling, watching the tryouts and stuff. And Shima was behind me and was like, what do you do? Your mouth. Voice percussion. And I'm like, when he said that first, because I know what you were thinking. What do you do with your mouth?
Right. I wasn't thinking that. But get that in your own head.
It is, because it's just them, but I won't even get into that.
Their culture.
But, and then he was like, maybe ew, Japan entrance.
So you're there doing a tryout for an American company.
Yeah, and they were there.
Shima's behind you. Or
Yeah.
Shima. What is it correct?
Shima.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shima's behind you going, oh, hey, you, the one at this tryout who probably paid to come to this tryout. Come to Japan and beatbox for me.
Well, this is what happened. Gabe saw me at, I want to say CZW or Shikara and booked me for...
No, I know you said that one wrong. I said
one
Sima
of
wrong.
them.
Let's call it Shikara.
Shikara?
Not
Shikara. Shikara.
Yeah.
Shikara. There's one of the two. I think it might have been Knight of Trios or King of Trios. And Gabe was like, hey, come to Evolve. And I came to Evolve, and the next night was Dragon Gate. He was like, all right, we might have a spot for you. So I came there, and then they do this little thing where, like, oh, if you have any moves you want to show, do it here. And I got into the ring.
That?
Like, so basically the Japanese guys will all be sitting there looking at this tryout. And,
if you have any moves.
Yeah, if you have any moves. And basically it's probably just to...
So they can steal your spots?
Steal your moves, yeah.
I have never heard of this.
Yep.
And
so
what would be the equivalent, like...
Either they would like you and be like, okay...
No, but that's not your wrestling. That's your move.
Just your move.
That's
just
like if you're a weightlifter,
Yeah.
like, hey, come do bench one time. Right? Like,
they don't even know if you can wrestle or not.
No clue.
They have no clue. They just want to see what you can do.
I'm trying to think, like, maybe in a ballet, like, hey, everyone come here and do a backflip.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was move tryout. So there's a move tryout.
Basically, they have you do a practice match. They do like roll drills and
they're not interested in that.
Yeah, they're not even
this
in
move.
They want to see what you can do,
aka what they can take.
They can take, or if they can't take it, they'll just take you and exploit you for as much as they can. But so I get into the ring. I was like, Gabe, can I get into the ring, do my stuff? He was like, oh yeah, I don't care. So
they're just sitting around.
Yeah, they're just sitting around. It's the ECW arena.
Okay.
All the chairs are up there and like
so
all the
casual?
boards. Yeah,
no one's doing anything.
Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's in the ring.
You see an open ring.
Yeah. Oh no. It was it was during the tryout.
Okay.
And like everybody sits around. They're like, okay, if anybody has a move they want to show, do it. And I was like, F it, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Gabe, I'm getting in the ring. He's like, all right. And I do my standing 450 onto nothing, and the Japanese guys were all like, oh, so go ahead. So, and then they were like, all right, maybe you come Japan.
Just off of a standing 450.
Just off of that. And I was like, oh.
Do you watch these I think I've said this before in the podcast, but like, I'll get in a YouTube run of like X Factor. I did say this before, but it's like, when like the chubby little fat kid comes out, and like no one's expecting anything, and then all of a sudden he starts singing.
He's the best in the world.
The best, and whatever he does,
crazy, just crazy.
And everyone's head turns, and everyone's eyes, and they're like, yeah. So that's what I picture.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was.
Is going on with you? Like, who's this? Fucking.
It was just out of nowhere, though, you know, and like I couldn't do shit but flip and everything.
So they take you to Japan right off of that?
Yeah, they what was it? They offered me that, and then they were like, "Okay, you tonight match." And so Gabe put me in a match, and I had a decent match.
Was Gabe like salty about it? He was like, "Hey,
I'm
the one booking here,
no,
man.
he
They're
wasn't
taking over."
He wasn't salty at all because like I think he was going to put me in that match anyway. But they were like, "Okay, we want to see what you can do." So they gave me like 5 minutes. And it was fun.
So tell me about that. So what's in your? Because I know there's more moves there. What else are we throwing in our repertoire there? Are you like, how many of these moves can I fit in 1 minute?
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
I was just like, what do I do? I don't know if I should do everything I have. I don't know if I should just do a couple of things. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do everything. Everything. I did like wheelbarrow stunners, Pele's. I moonsaulted Scott Reed in his face before I did the standing 450. I felt so bad.
Hey man, you had to impress.
Oh man, how old was I? I was like maybe 18, going on 19. So I was just so hype. I was so excited. Like I was in the ECW arena. It was packed. Like there was like this is the moment right there.
Right.
Like I was feeling it.
And then that good
And
reaction,
then,
that kind of started
good
everything.
reaction.
And you've been
then,
going to Japan ever since.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So for about 3-4 years.
4 years
Yeah.
now. Dragon Gate.
Dragon
I was
Gate.
asking somebody the other day because the grasp I have on Dragon Gate is kind of Evan Bourne, Matt Seidel.
Mm-hmm.
He was like my buddy on the Indies forever.
Yeah, totally.
And then we were roommates in like 07 in Florida. And he would kind of get everything, and he'd have the landscape, and it was super, super hot. And I'm wondering this because I know a lot of the Japanese promotions are kind of hurting now.
Mm-hmm.
New Japan's doing really good.
Yep.
I don't really have a good how is
Dragon Gate? So like they're like the redheaded stepchild of Japan, is what I've been told. Like they're not with any other company. They don't really do too much business with any other company. Only New Japan if they're feeding somebody for Super Juniors, but their crowd alone is separate from any other wrestling crowd in Japan.
What would you say? Maybe like Lucha Vavoom, kind of.
Almost like.
Whereas like that's totally just hipsters.
Yeah. The demographic for Dragon Gate is women and gay men and children.
Okay.
So like it's definitely a totally different audience, and like they're not really programmed to wrestling. So, but they just get into the action so hot.
And is that why the acrobats almost...
Yes.
Acrobats or acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yeah.
That's the attraction.
That's the attraction,
and so is it
the
like,
high-speed action.
Right, and is it like cram as much shit as possible, or...
No, there's psychology and story behind everything. Like, if it's just like a put-together match, like, they want you to do, like... Not everything, but like they want you to go in.
For those who didn't
hard.
see, he was moving his fingers back and forth.
Yeah. They want you to sippity doo dah
Right.
and spin around all night, like every night.
But they will get into the storytelling.
Oh yeah,
and so
totally.
they try to educate these almost non-wrestling
fans and with wrestling
into wrestling.
Yes, totally.
And so what's a tour like for you?
Well, my first tour.
How many? All right, go on.
I stay there for about 3 months at a time. And then when DGUSA has a show, they fly me back. I'm home for like maybe a week or so, if that, and do the DGUSA shows and fly right back with them. So, and then stay for another 3 months. And I was doing that for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. Like the first year I went, I just stayed for 2 weeks. I was supposed to stay for a month, but they had the tsunami and earthquake. So we had to go home early.
Okay.
But
did you go home or did you stay?
Yeah, I went home.
Because I know there's some other guys for another company who went home, and that got them a lot of. They weren't invited back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they told us to go home.
Okay. They were like, get the fuck back.
They.
Who's they? Or who's you?
Shima. Oh, me. Chuck Taylor and Gargano, and the office up there. They were just like, hey, had a disaster. If you guys want to stay, it's probably not the best idea. We're not going to do any shows, but if you want to go home, we completely understand. Mm-hmm. And we were like, if there's no shows, and we're out here and it's nothing to do, then might as well just go home.
Send me home.
Might as well just go home. And it was February, and like it was really cold in the dojo, and I did it. I could have swore I turned that off.
There's that phone rocking.
But
who's calling? Anyone?
This is probably my girlfriend. Okay. But
she's like, "Are you in Japan right now?"
No, not right now. Not right now.
So are you not the one that falls in love with Japan and like wants to be?
I love Japan. I do. It's things that I could do without, but it's definitely a great experience. Like.
So that first 2 years you were there more, you would say you were in Japan more than you were in America?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Like the last 2 years that I was wrestling for Dragon Gate, I'd probably say I was home maybe about, in the whole year, 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you become accustomed to a culture? Do you do you feel that like, oh, this is like a home?
Yeah.
Or are you just sleeping in a dojo?
Yeah. They had an apartment. They had something called the Sanctuary in the dojo. So I would switch off. Like in the dojo, there's nowhere to go. It's almost like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And then like the sanctuary is in the city of Kobe, Japan.
Well, there you go.
So like you can just go everywhere. There's clubs, bars, beaches.
So do you
everything.
make friends with townies?
Oh, yeah.
With the locals?
Man, like I had so much fun. Just like I'd go out at 2:00 in the morning.
Because
and-
of jet lag, or that's just how you do it?
No, that's just how I did
That's how
it.
you
Like
do it,
on a
okay.
day off, I'd go out, I'd get a little hammered, get a little buzzed, have my acoustic guitar, sit at the train station, and play songs, and like people would come up, and like I'd make new friends. Like they teach me the language. I made this one friend. His name was Aki. Like he taught me like a lot of like how to carry a conversation with barely knowing the language. Like
What would you? How would you say like what's an Aki in America? What kind of person would Aki? Was he like a college student? who's just like,
he'd be like a frat boy.
Okay.
Like almost like a frat boy, but has his head on straight. You
right.
know,
Well,
like
they go to college. These
yeah.
frat guys.
I mean, like he was a business guy, but he liked to drink.
So a normal dude, a little party-ish,
Yeah,
likes to drink.
yeah,
Does he
totally.
take you under? Take you under
Yeah,
his wing?
he kind of
Not
like
wrestling. Because it's
No.
funny how like other people in this world look
yeah,
at it, right?
Yeah, like he'd show me like all the like cool clubs to go to. Like he was one of the people along with Pac and Ricochet who showed me Suma Beach, like showed me around Suma Beach in Japan. Yeah, he showed me a lot.
Did you take him to the shows? Did he know anything about wrestling? Was he surprised? Did he think you were a bum, like sitting on the street?
He saw a poster that because like we postered all over Kobe, and he saw a poster that I was on, and then he kind of double took and looked at the poster, looked at me playing the guitar, and he was like, "Oh, you? Why?"
You're like, yes, it's me.
Yeah. I was jamming. I didn't care. I was like, "Yeah, it's me."
And so is that how you're passing the time with music?
Yeah, it was just playing music.
Are you
going
putting a hand
out,
out
meeting
for some
people.
yen?
No, I didn't. But people would just
They
throw
would
it
throw
next
it at
to
you, of
me,
course.
and I'd be like, "Well, I'm going to get more drinks."
I'm not gonna,
or
yeah, sure.
something. Why not?
This is
Why
gonna
not?
help me and my friend. What was his
Yeah,
name? I forgot already.
Aki.
Me and Aki.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with Aki?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's
I
sad.
I don't. But like whenever I see him, it's like, "Oh, hey," and then
I feel there was a real movie right there. I just watched in my head.
it was like
a movie of you
it's
and
got-
Aki.
The last time I went or I left from Japan, he went to the big show, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm not coming back for a little bit."
Goodbye, Aki.
And he was like, "Oh, cool, man. Good to see you. Do well in America." And that was
Okay.
it.
He
That
speaks
was it.
English, obviously,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
well. Good.
Like pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So now these tours, I more wanted to know how many shows, audience-wise, because I was talking to a friend in New Japan, and he's like, people see the 50,000 people at the arena,
Oh,
but what they
yeah.
don't realize is that on Tuesday through Thursday, we're running in front of 300 people.
Oh my god!
you know?
Sometimes like, for Dragon Gate, it wasn't even that. Maybe like 150, but like most of the house shows were like 300, 400.
Okay.
But like for an indie show out here, that's like what? So like still, I was still like happy with
You're still in
300,
heaven.
400. You know.
And then
Like,
what's the big show you did out
the
there?
big show
Or
was
the biggest one?
I think was I want to say 10,000 something, maybe 11,000.
Did you sing coming out to
Yeah,
10,000 people?
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah?
It was so fun. It was so fun. They were all rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did it like 3 years in a row, and like each year, like it just got bigger and bigger. I was like, this is awesome.
Do you picture? Because sometimes, like when I don't know, my first tour over there, I was just like, maybe they'll some Japanese Hollywood executive, and do you picture like you becoming? Because there's this video. Have you ever seen the Bob Sapp song where he does the music video?
I think
out there?
so. I think so.
There's a band behind Bob
Yeah,
Sapp, and he's
yeah,
dancing.
yeah.
Like he probably don't know what the fuck's going on,
I
but
know,
somebody
but
gave him
it
a suit.
doesn't
and
even
said,
matter.
Yeah. But somebody pushed him in the way. It's like, hey, you do this, okay? And next thing you know, you're on every single television.
On every single TV
So,
station.
like,
out
is there like a dream, like a half dream?
I wish, like, if I could be out there and beatboxing and like.
But were you thinking a little bit like, ooh, I might become a pop culture?
I was.
Yeah.
Like, I would totally like send this into like American Idol or X Factor. Look at my
I'm saying in
story.
Japan though.
But in Japan, yeah.
Oh, X Factor in Japan, which is
no,
Yen
no.
Factor?
I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. We're in our own
Yen factor.
I mean, right. I was just in India and like we were. It's just like I have no clue. There could be so many things, and I kind of was famous for like a second, but we're just. I feel we're oblivious to all of it.
It's totally.
But so I don't know. I wish that's
the thing that gets me is like being like so well known over there. And like sometimes I'd walk the streets and somebody would know me and be like, oh, da 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 da. And then walk out here, like step off a plane in America, and like it's just like, oh, who are you?
well. I mean, not to downplay you, but there was, and to go right back to Bob Sapp, it has nothing to do with black people in Japan. But there was like a great 2020 thing on him or something where like they showed all of his like like thousands of people and then literally walking down the streets of like Colorado or wherever he's from.
Oh
like,
man,
nobody, and he's like a god. And even when I went there, like in Don Quixote, I put on his like there was a masks of him. He was a thing.
Yeah, it's
he was
crazy.
like a Kardashian over here.
Now the thing that I'm saying is when I was in Japan, I went to this one venue. I don't know where it was. It was kind of close to Tokyo, but I looked on the table and there was some like wipes or something like that. And I turned it over and it looked like your face.
You didn't see those.
Yo, I swear to God.
Did you really?
Yes. And Ricochet,
Because
Pac, they can all vouch for it.
Tozawa sent me the picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I made a T-shirt of it. I don't know if you know that.
Really?
Because I mean, dude. And I asked Kikutaro to buy me like thousands of them.
So you can sell them, of course.
Is that?
Yeah, I saw it. Like, I turned it over.
Wipes.
Yeah, and this was in the locker room. This wasn't even on a table or anything. It was randomly there.
What is this? Have you seen The Simpsons where Homer is on the detergent box in Japan?
No, I've never seen that.
It's, getting fishbowled.
So you basically that same thing happened. to you?
Same thing. I mean, that's totally my face,
And
right?
yeah, I believe so. And you didn't even know about it.
I mean, not until Tozawa sent me a picture. I sent the picture to the NOAA office.
Yeah.
Because I was working, I'm still wrestling for NOAA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's get a sponsorship. Let's work on this. Like, let's embrace this. And they just were like,
No.
Like, that's
nothing.
So, I don't know. Now I'm getting worked up a little bit.
That's crazy because like I turned it over and I was like, this is Colt Cabana's face. This is Colt Cabana. And I showed to Zal. I was like, is this Colt Cabana? And he's like, yeah, maybe Colt Cabana. I can picture. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if ever there was an opportunity, it's the same thing of like, that could have been my thing.
And you could be making like crazy money off of that. Crazy.
And I'd embrace it. Like, just let me be the sponsor. Fly me over. Let me be the facial wipe sponsor. We can, if we have to turn into a porn thing, like we'll turn into a porn thing.
Facial
in Japan, they'll never
they'll love it. Bukkake right there.
It's like when those stars of the '80s used to go over there and do commercials and thought that no one would ever see them, and now they're all on YouTube and they're all embarrassed about it. I'd go over with that mentality.
Totally.
Like I could do porn in Japan.
Totally,
No
why
one will
not?
ever see it.
Nobody ever see it. It'll be okay. I mean, you don't even have to be doing anything after everything's done. Walk in there with the wipes,
just the wipe,
and just a nice little face. Bam.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Well,
this world isn't perfect.
All right. Well, let's talk about you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Are you from the East Coast?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Which is
it's near. It's about 3 hours away from New York.
I know where
you know where Baltimore is.
But I was going to say which is a hard place.
It's pretty hard.
And I guess it all depends, but I want to say as I'm not ignorant as I am, like in Chicago, there's nice parts of Chicago.
Oh yeah, and then
but I think Baltimore, is there like a downtown nice Baltimore district?
Not a downtown now. Mm-mm.
Right, it would be only the burbs, right?
Yeah, and the harbor, the inner city harbor, that's pretty nice, but even around it, it's just like you better be watching out. You can't be out at night, like.
Me and Punk, and I think for the first time we went to Chikara, the very first show ever. Yeah, you were 9 years old.
Oh snap!
2002. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 9.
You were 9.
I was 9. I believe so.
We flew, we got a buddy pass through a guy, so we could only fly Southwest. We went into Maryland, and we ended up getting lost in the middle of Baltimore because that's where we're flying out of. And we were like, and probably your age now, we were just so young and dumb or whatever. Like we didn't even think about it. But like we think about it like. now, or we thought about back then. We're like, holy
shit,
probably
yeah.
wasn't. It looked rough.
Yeah.
And are you like from the middle?
I'm from a spot called East Biddle Street, which is it's not the best, but from there I had moved away from there when I was like about 9-ish, 10, so around the first Shakara show.
Okay,
I
right. Put it all in context, right?
But yeah, and I moved to the county, Rosedale, Maryland. It's about 20 minutes out from the city.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad, but it was still pretty bad. But
what's bad? What's bad for you and bad for me?
oh, all right.
We'll compare.
Let's see.
Do you have a cleaning lady?
No, I did not have a cleaning lady. I didn't have a cleaning lady. In the apartment complex, it was there was no washers and dryers. You had to go and do the quarter laundry like across the street.
Okay.
Let's see. That's not too bad. But at nighttime, there'd always be fireworks going off, guns going off. You turn on the news, and this person was stabbed and shot today, blase, 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 on this corner. And then it's like, oh, well, I just turned this corner about 20 minutes ago. That
right.
could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like stuff like that. Like, it was pretty bad, pretty rough. Like, seeing people get robbed, like, in school and shit, like, it's pretty rough.
People got robbed in school.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In
like,
school, though?
Yeah, like 8th grade, like
Wait, like outside
Outs-
mean people would come in and rob them,
Outs-
or students robbing another student?
so like there was a high school that was next to the middle school. So like the 10th graders, like that were all in the gangs and stuff like that, trying to get their rep up, would go pick on these 8th graders, beat them up, take their money.
I mean, not in the school itself.
Oh, like yeah,
Like on the ground?
like they'd come on like to the school, like after school's done, like come into school, like cause havoc.
Yeah.
Like it'd be horrible.
And you'd see this? Or
Yeah,
this
I
would
saw
get
it.
done to you?
I saw it.
Yeah.
It never got done to me. Like I.
What do you do? Do you want to be like? We always think of those times where we'll jump over and especially probably as wrestling fans, like we'll knock them down and put them in a figure four.
I'm just gonna super kick them and do it. But no, like by that time, I kind of was in a rough spot on my own. Like I joined like a little gang, and then
What was your gang called?
well, it was like a chapter of the Bloods.
Okay.
And like I didn't join it, but like I was like a whistler, a lookout kid, like stupid stuff like that, sell drugs and stuff, whatever.
Would you do this because you thought it was the thing to do, or
Well, at the time, when I turned 14, my dad was murdered. So I just like completely shut down.
your head went in a different place?
Yeah, my head went in a different place. And like I didn't like quite like, how can I say it? I didn't reach out to gangs or anything like that at that time. But then once my mom passed when I was 16, I kind of got into like crazy mode.
Was it like they reached out to you, like, "Hey, we'll take you in"?
No, it was just like one of my buddies, you know, like was in the gang, and he was like, "Hey, yo, like ride with us.
We'll look out for you.
Yeah, basically type thing. And I was doing that for a bit with them, and I kind of was like, you know what, this ain't the life for me. I'm not like I was gonna get jumped in.
So because you hadn't been jumped in,
Yeah,
you were
I was allowed to. Yeah, not to be like fucked up or anything.
were you like ready and like preparing yourself to get jumped in? And had you heard of the jump in? Tell me about these jump-ins,
Oh
please.
my God! Like jump-ins. If you put on YouTube, gang jump-in.
They have them. I wouldn't even thought to look that up, but that's obviously a thing. Huh?
It's the worst thing in the world. Like you get put in a room with like all the gang members, and about 6 or 7 of them will come out of the line and just like beat your ass, and like you gotta like fight back.
You do
and,
fight
like,
back.
Yeah, you do get to fight back, but you're getting jumped. Like it could be like a minute, it could be 15 minutes. Like, and then once you survive that, boom, you're in the gang.
What were the horror stories of it?
Like this one kid, I didn't see it, but like when he got jumped in, well, he died, but like they beat the kid up for like 5 minutes, and like he had like a brain aneurysm. Like he got hit so hard, like his brain swelled, and then boom, and died.
And that's just another day. Like
That's just another
do the cops
day.
Look after you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the only thing cops want to find is like the top dog drug dealers. Like, of course they're gonna try to like stop gang violence, but like I feel like that's really not their top priority because it's still happening every single day.
Wow.
So
I mean, but realistic, like a dude dies from a jump in. He's just a low guy on the
yeah,
totem
and
pole.
they'll just boom. It's whatever.
There's not like a whole case opened.
No. They just fucking let that shit go.
Yeah. Not to get too deep, but I am. So you lived with your parents.
Well, yeah,
as a kid.
I lived with my mom, me and my brother.
So it's you and your brother.
Yep, me and my brother, and then my brother moved away, and then it was just me and my mom. And then once my father passed away,
Do you know how your father passed away?
he was stabbed to death by his girlfriend.
Okay.
So like after that, like my mom had a nervous breakdown, so I moved to Arizona for a bit, like about
With her?
4 months. No,
away from
with
her?
some of her family
Gotcha.
friends, some of our family friends, and I lived there for about 5 months, and came back, and then that's when I was like, oh, okay, let me take care of my mom and everything. And then my aunt and my mom were talking, and they knew how like much I loved wrestling, and they were like, oh, well, this would be good for him if he moves to York, Pennsylvania, and there's a wrestling school 5 minutes from my aunt's house.
So I kind of love this because it's not like she was on the internet looking, but like probably because it had been there for a while.
Yep.
She just knew of this. Hey, there's a school.
Yeah.
Not knowing if it's a good trainer.
No,
if it's
she
a good
she didn't even know. She didn't even know.
Right.
And so like, me and my mom talked it over, and she was like, you know what? Go live with my sister and do this wrestling. And I was like, all right, cool.
Now, so at that age, you're what?
I was 16.
16.
Yep.
Would you say, does the death of your father and I guess all the stuff, did you grow up very fast?
I totally did. Like once.
No, but you're also a very like, in a great way, a very immature young kid.
Yeah,
still.
yeah, I
You know
am.
what I'm saying?
I am.
But is it like you put it on? Not put it on, but
I mean, like, I do it because not because I didn't when I was younger per se, but I do it just because I like to have fun, you know. But like when it's time to buckle down and do business, I know how to do it. You know, I know how to.
You know
get
real
serious.
shit and real emotions.
Oh,
as it's
totally,
happened to you.
totally. You
Right.
know.
But some of these guys in wrestling,
Yeah.
they're in another world.
Yeah. They just.
And it's like they don't sometimes.
Yeah.
They
They
don't-
don't go through the hardships
Right,
that
right,
other
right.
people go through. And you know what? I don't fault that on anyone. Like if you were a football player and you just got in wrestling and whatever and you're making thousands of dollars and you had a great life when you were a kid, great for you. Like that doesn't bug me at all, you know? Like that the life I was dealt was the life I was dealt, the life you're dealt is the life you're dealt. That's kind of how I take it, you know?
Did you love? Like, were you a super wrestling? I know you're a video game guy.
I was so
Just
into
obsessed.
wrestling. I was just obsessed. Like the moment my brother, I was watching. I will never forget it. I was watching the Power Rangers. Like I got home from what was it? It was kindergarten. I got home from kindergarten. Didn't get to see the Power Rangers. And my mom taped it, and I was watching like a couple episodes, and it was 9 o'clock. My brother came home from basketball practice, and he cut the VCR off and was like, "No, we're not watching this." And I started crying, and then
Your brother sounds like old and mature, but he was probably just 10.
Yeah,
We're not watching this.
He was like 16.
Oh, okay, all right.
Maybe
But you were
15
what,
or
6?
16. I was like 5 or 6. And
In my head, he's just like 8.
yeah,
Okay,
he was like,
but-
"We're not watching."
Yeah. We're not watching this crap.
Basically, he did do that, and he cut it off. I start whining, and he turns on USA, and Bret Hart is in the middle of the ring, like coming out with his jacket. The lights are going off, and I'm like,
And in Rich Swan way, what would he have said?
Not
said,
in response. In your.
This is
a lot of people don't know this
is
about
how
you.
He said it. This
go
is
on.
how he said it. Well, I'd like to thank you for letting me be your hero. And I looked at the TV and I'm like, huh, wow, who is this guy? He's kind of awesome. Leather jacket, glasses, like coming out here whipping people's butt. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Let's keep this on. And then, like, from there, like,
Did your brother love wrestling?
oh, he loved it.
Does he
He
still love
loved it.
wrestling?
He still does. He wants to wrestle to this
course he
day.
does.
He's 30. He's 30 years old, and he's like, man, is there a school somewhere? I just want to train. I just want to get into
Is
wrestling.
York, Pennsylvania still a thing?
It's York, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I hope, but
So, okay, then fascinated throughout your just whole life.
yeah, I just loved it.
Okay.
And
Did you go to the shows when they came around?
Oh, when I didn't go to WWE shows, but I'd go to Maryland Championship Wrestling, where like Ruckus was wrestling, Amazing Red, Joey Mercury,
York and
like
Matthews,
York,
right?
yeah, those guys, and I'd watch that, and I'd be like, "This is awesome! Where's this on TV?" And
So that's nice. You were kind of influenced a little bit by the indie style,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
just I guess as opposed to a lot of people their first live show, and sometimes that live experience sticks with you. I know the first couple, all the indie shows I think
Yeah.
still are embedded in my brain, and I remember every single wrestler,
Yep.
even the shittiest one. Like I remember their names.
I totally,
Yeah.
and especially because like if it's something like crazy, like what's one guy's name? Oh man, what was his name? The Bruiser, but he, damn it,
Bruiser Bedlam.
no, or Bruiser Blood or something like that, or it was something like that.
The image of him is
And
still.
it's still
it's
in
up there,
there.
yeah.
It's still in there. He came out the Tool. He was awesome. Like he was awesome to me.
Yeah.
He was just wrecking people's
Right.
day, just like so
Probably-
insane.
Watch that now. Probably horrible.
I'd be like,
He's probably the worst.
Why are you beating this guy's ass? But as a kid, I was like, whoop his ass, do it.
Wait, were you like a little kid?
I'm like about maybe 13,
Oh, that's
12,
great.
13.
Would you say you're one of those
Yeah,
little kids that like, you love wrestling in front of them?
Yep, I'd be like, yeah, I love it. Do it, just kill him. I'd be so out of control with
Who was
it.
the King Dog back then? Adam Flash?
Adam Flash was.
That's fun. You do shows with Adam
Who was
now, or
it?
you see him around?
I do periodically.
Okay.
But
Adam's a great
in the
guy.
beginning of my career, he was always there.
Okay.
Always.
It's always fun when you watch them and then you go and you become friends
go
with them.
back.
And they're
yeah.
nice guys.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Who else? Matthews, definitely. Derek Frazier. Ruckus.
There was a black guy who shit his pants in one match in Maryland Championship Wrestling. Do you remember this?
I don't know
And,
if I do.
We'll watch it. I'll find it afterwards.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
that happened?
Come on, a black dude. He was pretty popular. He had all white trunks, and he shit his. And you can see like the
When did this happen?
The duty coming out like 2004 maybe. Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't thought about that in years, and I just thought about it. And I'm
That's
upset
too much.
that we can't have it on here because I can't for the life of me remember what his name was. A couple people will give me shit like the second I text them, and I'm like,
Yeah,
who is
like,
that
who
guy?
is this?
Okay, but that's something to look
know.
up for. Hopefully I'll put it on a Facebook page. Or I'll
Yes,
tweet it out
and
for
then
you.
this person's gonna message.
Oh,
like,
I feel
"What are
bad
you
for that
doing?"
person. But listen, it happened. You have to own it, right? Like, we love you. You're great, but you got to own that.
You gotta. You pooped. You pooped.
So when you got sent to York and you started wrestling, who'd you get trained by?
I got trained by I didn't know it, and I went to the school, and Adam Flash was sitting right in the corner because apparently he lived in York,
Okay.
Pennsylvania. And
So you're like, oh, this is legit.
yeah, I was like, this is crazy. MCW champion
Yeah.
right here.
Did you say that to
And,
him?
well,
Or were you-
yeah, I think I did. I might have. I was like,
Were you quiet and humble, or were you like, oh shit?
my aunt was next to me, and I was like, Aunt Dora, that's Adam Flash. That's the MCW champ. And I said it kind of loud because he was kind of in the corner, like, this kid.
What does he know?
He probably didn't know I was like, how old was I? Like 15, 16 at the time. Yeah, 16. And like, he was like, okay, so you want to wrestle. And the other dude who owned the school's name was Dirty Deeds Darren Wise.
Beautiful.
That's the guy who I had to sign the contract waiver for and everything. And him and Flash and another guy named Ray Alexander were the primary ones who trained me.
Okay.
And but just getting in there and like I was just like, oh man, I'm in here with the champ. Like I was kind of just like saying it like really like low, but I know he could hear it.
Right.
But I was marking out for him. And it was whatever.
Good. No, I mean,
It was whatever. I was a kid. You
Sure.
know, hell yeah.
And you can look back at it now.
I still do it.
Right.
Oh shit, that's Adam Flash. You know?
I thought you were going to say for other people, but no, for Adam Flash. Oh, Adam. Jeez, there he is. Look at him.
I do it all the time.
Look at him just
Can't
back
help
there
it.
talking on the phone. Guys, can you believe Adam Flash is talking on the phone?
I won't lie. I cannot tell a lie. The last time I was here in Chicago, AJ Styles was here, and I was always like the biggest fan of AJ. And I was like, "Oh snap, it's AJ Styles!" And he saw me pull out the 64, and he was like, "Boy, I've been playing this game since you could ever pick up a 64 controller. Let's play."
He's a big video game guy.
And we turn it on. He picks Christian. I pick D'Lo, and I just whoop his ass.
Whooped his ass.
I just whooped his ass.
Was he speechless?
Beat his ass so bad that once, like, I gave him a Liger bomb on the outside, and the ref started counting. He's like, "Oh, this false count anywhere." Cuts the game off.
One of those guys.
Yeah, I was
He's a
like,
Todd Glassman. That's
that
what he
was
is.
like Todd Glassman.
Yeah, my friend back in the day, we would do that.
Oh
Fucking,
snap!
you're winning at RBI baseball,
And then it's just
it's ninth inning. I'm up by 10. He puts right. Oh, doesn't count.
You know,
Doesn't count.
You didn't beat me.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, "Come on, man, you're better than that."
Man, I think you did that with Jeff Jarrett in the King of the Mountain match once.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He just
I don't know.
reset it.
Before we get out of here, I do want to talk about the music.
Yes.
It's just you're an unbelievably talented young man,
I appreciate that. Thank
and
you.
no lessons, right? And
No,
what's
I
the
just
story?
play
So-
by ear.
So what can you play?
I play guitar. I play drums. I play sax. I play harmonica. As of recent, what else can I do? Piano. I think that's about it.
Just by ear.
Just by ear.
Was there a musician in your family?
Yeah, my father was a musician.
What did he play?
He played piano.
Did he ever tell you that like he did it by ear?
Yeah, he played by ear.
I mean,
as
do you think
well.
that's a genetic thing?
I think it might be. Like, I feel like, I mean, like, there's great artists and great musicians in the world, like, that learn by, you know, being taught or, like, you know, by a piece of paper, you know. But, like, I feel like if you can just hear the music and play it, like, with your heart like that, like, it's the
meant to
best.
be.
It's meant to be.
Do you
like,
feel wrestling is holding you back for something bigger in the music
I
world?
want to play music so bad, but I just love wrestling, and I feel like I just can't do both. But
You don't think there's a way to integrate?
I think I can do both. I like here recently, I've been like, you know, there's got to be a way.
There's got to be a way.
There's got to be a way, but that'd be like starting all over again, trying to like get gigs or anything. Like it's like
I think it's hard. Like so, Mickey James is an example, and it's weird. Like it's a weird thing when you're a big draw as a wrestler, and then maybe you have another passion and you want to start doing music, and probably because you haven't been doing, or you know, Mick Foley with comedy is another great example. Maybe myself with comedy is another example. It's like I'd love to just start where nobody's can see me and I can grow as an artist, but like kind of when you're in the light, you almost have to use that to your advantage.
You have to.
You know.
I mean,
So you're gonna start. I mean, you started off playing 10,000. You know, your beatbox career.
Yeah,
10,000 people in Japan.
and like the funny thing is, I'd sent X Factor. Like I went on what's it called?
The computer.
Yeah, the computer, but it why is it? It's easy too. It's just out of my mind. It's out of my mind right now.
Xfactor.com.
Well, yeah, it's one. It's
Fox.com.
basically Fox.com, but it was like a
Casting.
casting.
There,
Yes,
that's
I
the
could
word.
not.
That's
I
the
could
word.
not even think about it. But like it was a casting calling, and I sent in the thing, and then the dude, the agent, the talent agent, sent me a message back and was like, "Well, tell me your story." And I told him basically everything. You know, my father died. This is that. I'm a wrestler, and I play music, and I just want the world to see it. And then I uploaded a video of playing Bruno Mars, and they were like, okay, well, can you meet up with the talent agency here in New York at this date? And the date was after I had already was going to be in Japan, so I had to turn it down. So I don't know if I would have got on the show, but
I
that
mean-
would have been an opportunity right there.
So you're still looking for an opportunity.
I am. I might like email him back and be like, "Hey, is there something else?"
Listen,
another
you're getting my
opportunity?"
vote every week. And
Hey.
also, never has like a really high profile wrestler, and correct me if I'm wrong, like since these have become a thing, I feel the right person, the wrestling community would get behind.
Oh,
and
totally.
Try, you know what I'm saying?
And try to like push that.
Yeah. And I almost feel that we need
something like that.
we need like somebody to represent us like in a
Yeah.
good way on
I would-
something.
I would
whether
totally-
it's music, whether it's comedy, whether it's whatever.
I would
competitions
love
they
it.
have.
I would
Yeah.
love it. Like, and especially at a national stage like that on TV every single week. Like, if you can make it that far, that would be so
Well,
awesome.
my friend Taylor Williamson just got second in America's Got Talent.
Nice.
And he's a huge wrestling fan.
Awesome.
And so maybe we'll try to
Hook that up.
throw
I mean,
you in there. How
hey,
AGT, huh?
I
Look at
would
me
love
pretending
that.
like I got hookups because I know a guy.
I would love that. Hit him up.
We'll do
Hit
it.
'em up.
We'll do it. Rich, are you on Twitter and everything?
I am on Twitter.
What do you got?
It is at Gotta Get Swan.
GOTTA.
Yes, GOTTA. Get Swan. SWANN. And my Facebook is the same. Facebook.com/Gotta Get Swan. So if that's how you want to get me, get at me.
Like it's not if you want to get me.
Get at me.
You
Just
got
get
it.
at- You gotta
I
get
mean,
at
you've set
me.
a precedent.
You gotta
basically,
get
you've
at
got to
me.
get at you.
You gotta get at me.
Yeah. Are you
So-
on Pro Wrestling Tees or anything?
Well, I sent them a thing, and I haven't gotten anything back.
I doubt this.
I haven't gotten anything
Well,
back.
we'll make it before
Yeah.
this airs. We'll make it that happen.
Yeah.
If you want to be.
I want
you
to.
wanna sell some merch?
Yeah,
I think people like you?
I totally
Yeah.
want to.
Swan's
Like,
Got Talent.
you know,
Maybe
let's do it.
acoustic swantar.
I have no clue.
I
We'll
don't know.
come up with
We'll
something.
come up with something.
We'll come
You're a creative mind.
Something. I don't know.
Does the creativity? Does it come? Am I missing anything? Music, wrestling? Is there anything that you're weirdly good at? Drawing?
No.
No?
I draw like a
Poems?
kindergartner. No,
No?
I'm not a good poem.
Oh, video games.
Video games, definitely.
Yeah.
Wrestling video
Wrestling
games. at
video
that.
games.
It has to be like No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, Fire Pro. Any of those, I'll kill anybody. at.
Kill anybody.
Just kill
Are you
anybody
known
at.
as like
I'm known. I'm known.
Kofi Kingston's? He's one of the top guys, right?
Oh, really?
I mean, there's some guys that like. I think Kofi's one of the top video gamers.
Really?
Yeah,
Like as in like wrestling games?
I think so.
Oh, any day.
Yeah, let's get some challenges. out
Any
here. Let's
day.
get some people together.
Like
and start-
I've beaten everybody.
Everybody.
Like I've beaten.
You're known as the
everybody.
guy.
I'm known as the guy. I'm gonna state that right now.
okay,
known as
I'm
the
not in
guy.
this circle, so I don't know.
I'm known as the guy.
You're known as the guy.
I'm known as the guy.
Okay.
I bring my 64 everywhere I
Okay.
go, and I challenge them.
Good. Let it be known, guys.
Everybody.
Challenges out there.
It's out there.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, I'm doing a big push, a big social push for How Do You KFC these days. It's going to be hard for me to push also for America's Got Talent or The View or The Voice. I just said The View. Why not? Get him on The View with those ladies. I bet he would charm them over. I really do. Rich Swan, a charming man. I'm going to be wrestling with him, not against him, in England, on the same card as him in England just this very week. Rich, go support Rich Swan. He's great. All right. Before we get out of here, let's get into some plugs and
Upcoming events.
all right, the best way you can support ColtMerch.com and DigitalColt.com. I have a Twitter at Colt Cabana. I have a very public email, ColtWrestling@gmail.com. Every single Monday night, worstpromoever.com. Myself and Marty DeRosa, we're on YouTube. ColtCabana.com is the website. You can get the snail mail over there. Send me something in my P.O. box and the newsletter and Facebook/AOW podcast. Upcoming, hey, this Saturday, March 15th, London, England at York Hall. And then also Sunday, March 16th, Sittingbourne, England. Both are for RevolutionProWrestling.com in the UK. Friday, March 21st, Berwyn, Illinois, AAWrestling.com. Saturday, March 22nd, Joppa, Maryland, MarylandWrestling.com. Sunday, March 30th, Lima, Peru for GLL Peru. I'm an idiot.
Mania Weekend, Thursday and Friday, April 3rd and 4th, New Orleans, Louisiana. Colt Cabana and friends with Marty and some guests. Each night we're going to watch wrestling movies, do the live commentary live in front of the crowd. Grab the tickets, they're hot. TNMcomedy.com/Colt. Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and the 6th, it's WrestleCon. Autographs, pictures, wrestling, a live art of wrestling. Saturday at midnight, we're doing the $5 wrestling after the Hall of Fame. It's all going down, WrestleCon.com. Then April 12th through the 26th, basically all the rest of April, I'm going to be in Tokyo and surrounding areas. I'm going to be in Japan for Pro Wrestling Noah, tagging up with Chris Hero. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll send you all postcards from Japan. Big thank you to you at home for listening. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Rich Swan for coming on. Thanks to Cable Guy Jeff and Stu Stone. Thanks to Kid Russell and Matt Jenkins on the music. Go listen to something else. This has been The Art of Wrestling. For Colt Cabana, I'm Colt Cabana. Thanks.
Oh, listening to Art of Wrestling.
I wanted a little soul in there.
Like a solo, like how? Like, you are listening to the art of wrestling, the art.
You could be in Drew Hill.